Last year, Tessa made a video where she listed her top 10 comfort shows. And I am blatantly stealing that idea and stretching it into a mini-series for VEDS this year. Tessa's video didn't just inspire this series of videos, though. It also reminded me of a helpful tool I can use in my life. I mentioned yesterday that this past year has been a lot, and comfort shows are a really useful tool I can use to keep myself sane through that allotness. Specifically, one of my favorite sort of genres of comfort shows are the soft competition show. I don't know if that's an actual name for them, that's what I've been calling them. I think the prime example of this is a show that Tessa did mention, which is the Great British Baking Show, or the Great British Bake Off, depending on where you live. It's a bunch of people who go to a tent for the weekend and they all just bake together. There's no prize money, to my understanding. Everyone's just doing it because they love baking and being together baking in the beautiful countryside while hosts crack jokes and Paul Hollywood gives a steely gaze and offers a handshake. I've also gotten into another very similar show, The Great Pottery Throwdown, which is basically Bake Off, but with pottery. It's so good. It also doesn't have any prize money. It's people coming together because they love doing this thing. And I think that's an important distinction in soft competition shows versus more high drama competition shows. I'm talking stuff like Hell's Kitchen or Drag Race, where a lot of the drama is interpersonal conflict and people at odds, and they really overemphasize the stress of the situation. Where in soft competition shows, the focus is being together and doing something because you love it. And often you see people helping each other through it. All the time in Bake Off, someone will run over to help somebody finish a dish. Another great example of that is Face Off, which Tessa also mentioned. It was Sci-Fi's visual makeup effects competition show, and without fail in that series, people would come together to help people finish. It's this sense of, yes, we're technically here and we're competing, but we're together, we're all doing this because this is something we love, and we want to help each other through it so we can all be the best we can be. I can think of few things more comforting than that. And that's exactly the kind of message I needed as we have dealt with and continue to deal with the pandemic. New season of Great British Bake Off starts this month, and I am buzzing with excitement. So yeah, this is my first in my sort of comfort series. This was more about a type of show. The rest are going to be more about specific shows or movies. But to start off, you gotta talk about the fluffy goodness of competition shows like Bake Off. You gotta. Thank you, of course, to Tessa for the inspiration for both this series of videos as well as helping to keep my brain in a better place throughout the year. I'll talk more about comfort next week, but obviously there are more videos in between now and then, so my friends and fellow Bedsies, I will see you tomorrow.